Welcome to our deep dive, into the world of Nikola Tesla. You might know him as like this brilliant inventor, a little bit eccentric. But today what we're really looking at is the lasting impact of his work. We're going to be using this overview called Nikola Tesla's Most Interesting Inventions to guide us. And did you know that Tesla was like messing around with remote control tech all the way back in the 1800s?
That's right.
The guy who was imagining wireless power was also kind of laying the groundwork for like everything from your TV remote to, those drones you see flying around everywhere these days. So let's dive in and see what Tesla's genius was all about.
What's fascinating about Tesla is that his inventions didn't just, kind of exist in isolation.
Hmm.
They really fundamentally changed the way we live and interact with the world.
For sure. Okay, so let's start with what is arguably his most influential invention, the alternating current system, better known as AC. Now, I know we've all heard of the war of the currents between Tesla and Edison, but can you help us understand why AC ultimately won out? What made it so revolutionary?
Well, AC's real advantage is its ability to travel like vast distances with minimal energy loss. This scalability is what made it possible to electrify entire cities, something that just wasn't feasible with Edison's DC system.
That's incredible. So when I flip on my lights or power up my computer or crank up the AC, pun intended, I'm really tapping into Tesla's legacy.
Absolutely. Think about it, our entire electrical grid is built on the foundation of AC power. It's the invisible force that keeps our modern world running.
Now, that's what I call a lasting impact. Okay, we can't talk about Tesla without mentioning the Tesla coil. I mean, it's the ultimate symbol of mad scientist genius, right? Those arcs of electricity are mesmerizing. But what was its real purpose beyond the spectacle?
Yeah, the Tesla coil was more than just a visual marvel. It was a powerful tool for exploring high-frequency electricity and the concept of resonance. Tesla believed it held the key to transmitting power wirelessly, which, as you can imagine, was a pretty radical idea at the time.
Wireless power, that sounds like something straight out of a science fiction novel. What prevented Tesla from fully realizing this vision?
Well, while Tesla's grand vision for wireless power never fully materialized, uh, the Tesla coil itself became an iconic symbol of scientific ingenuity, and it continues to spark curiosity and inspire new generations of inventors and scientists.
It's amazing how an invention can capture the imagination like that. All right, let's move on to the induction motor. This is another one of Tesla's inventions that seems to be everywhere in our modern world.
Right, this motor was essential to making AC power practical for everyday use. Its efficiency and durability make it ideal for a wide range of applications.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, the induction motor was the key to actually using AC power to run appliances and machines.
Exactly. Think about all the devices you use on a daily basis. Vacuum cleaners, hair dryers, refrigerators, even electric cars. Chances are they all rely on induction motors.
Wow, it's incredible to think that a concept Tesla developed over a century ago is still so relevant today. Now let's talk about radio technology. This is where things get a little controversial, right? Most people associate radio with Marconi, but what was Tesla's role in its development?
Well, Tesla actually developed a more advanced radio system, but Marconi initially received more recognition. It wasn't until 1943 that the U.S. Supreme Court acknowledged Tesla's patents as fundamental to radio technology, finally giving him some long overdue credit.
So from listening to music on the radio to surfing the internet using Wi-Fi, we're all benefiting from Tesla's contributions to wireless communication.
Absolutely. Tesla was a true pioneer in this field. His work paved the way for the interconnected world we live in today.
Now, this next one really speaks to Tesla's visionary thinking, wireless energy transmission. We've all heard about the Wardenclyffe Tower. This was Tesla's attempt to create a system for beaming power wirelessly across vast distances, right?
That's right. Imagine a world without power lines where energy flows freely accessible to everyone. That was Tesla's dream.
It's a mind-boggling concept. But if this technology was so revolutionary, why didn't it succeed? Why didn't the Wardenclyffe Tower achieve its goals?
Well, funding for the project dried up, and the tower was eventually dismantled. But the idea itself continues to captivate our imagination. In fact, the wireless charging technology we have for our phones and other devices can be seen as a small-scale echo of Tesla's grand vision.
So even though Tesla's attempt at global wireless power transmission didn't succeed, it's fascinating to think that his ideas are still being explored and adapted in new ways.
Precisely, and it speaks to the enduring power of his vision. It's a reminder to never underestimate the potential impact of a truly groundbreaking idea, even if it faces setbacks along the way.
That's for sure. All right, well, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue our exploration of Tesla's amazing inventions. Stay tuned.
Looking forward to it.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of Nikola Tesla. We've already seen how his inventions shaped our modern world, from the electricity that powers our homes to the wireless communication we rely on every single day. But as you'll see, Tesla's genius went far beyond, these groundbreaking innovations. He was constantly exploring new ideas, some practical, some seemingly impossible, but always pushing the boundaries of what was considered possible.
Yeah, that's what makes exploring Tesla's work so fascinating.
Mm.
He wasn't afraid to think outside the box, challenge conventions, and pursue ideas that others might have dismissed as outlandish.
Exactly. And that's what we're going to be delving into, in this part of our deep dive. So what's next on our list of Tesla's fascinating inventions?
Well, let's talk about the Tesla valve. It might not be as famous as the Tesla coil, but it's a remarkably ingenious invention. It really showcases Tesla's mastery of fluid dynamics.
A valve. That doesn't sound too exciting at first glance. What's so special about it?
Well, the Tesla valve is a one-way valve that allows fluids to flow in one direction, but it blocks flow in the opposite direction, all without any moving parts.
No moving parts. How does that even work? It sounds like magic.
Well, it's not magic, but it's pretty close. The Tesla valve uses a series of interconnected chambers and channels that create turbulence and resistance when the fluid tries to flow backward. It's like a fluid maze that only has one exit.
That's incredibly clever. So where is this being used today?
Well, you might be surprised to learn that the Tesla valve has a wide range of applications, even in cutting-edge technologies. It's used in microfluidic devices, fuel delivery systems, and even medical implants. It's a testament to Tesla's ingenuity that a design from over a century ago is still relevant and useful today.
That's amazing. Okay, you've officially blown my mind again. What else did Tesla dream up that we might not know about?
Well, this next one is a bit controversial. Some might even call it outlandish. Are you ready to hear about Tesla's earthquake machine?
An earthquake machine. Okay, you definitely have my attention now. Tell me everything.
So Tesla believed he could create a device that could harness mechanical vibrations to generate powerful resonant frequencies. In theory, these vibrations could be amplified to the point of shaking the ground or even causing earthquakes.
Hold on. He wanted to create earthquakes on demand. Why? What was he thinking?
Well, Tesla was fascinated by the power of resonance. He saw the potential for using it to transmit energy wirelessly to break up ice jams, even as a weapon. But the details of his earthquake machine are shrouded in mystery, and many scientists are skeptical about whether such a device could actually work.
It definitely sounds like something straight out of a science fiction novel. So, did he ever actually build this earthquake machine?
Well, the evidence is inconclusive. There are accounts of Tesla claiming to have caused tremors in his laboratory, but no concrete proof exists. It remains one of the most intriguing and debated aspects of his legacy.
It definitely adds to his mystique as this brilliant but somewhat eccentric inventor. But beyond the sensationalism, there's a real lesson here about Tesla's visionary thinking.
Exactly. Even if the earthquake machine was more theoretical than practical, it demonstrates Tesla's willingness to push the boundaries of science and explore unconventional ideas. He wasn't afraid to think big, even if it meant risking ridicule or failure.
That's a powerful message. It's a reminder that innovation often comes from challenging assumptions and exploring the unknown.
Precisely. Tesla's legacy is not just about the specific inventions that worked. It's also about the spirit of curiosity, experimentation, and bold imagination that he embodied.
So even if he didn't actually create a machine that could trigger earthquakes, the very idea itself speaks volumes about his audacious approach to science. Speaking of pushing boundaries, I understand Tesla was also involved in the early development of X-rays. That's a far cry from earthquake machines.
It is, but it highlights the breadth of Tesla's interests and his contributions to science. His work with X-rays, which he called shadowgraphs, often gets overlooked, but it was groundbreaking for its time. Yes. Tesla was experimenting with X-rays in the late 1890s, even before Röntgen's discovery became widely known. He even developed techniques to minimize the risks of X-ray exposure, demonstrating his commitment to safety and responsible scientific exploration.
That's impressive. So he was not only a brilliant inventor, but also a conscientious scientist who recognized the potential dangers of this new technology.
Exactly. And his work in this field laid the groundwork for the development of safer and more sophisticated X-ray technology that we rely on today.
It's amazing to think that his innovations are still helping to save lives and improve medical care over a century later. Okay, I'm ready for another mind-blowing Tesla invention. What's next?
Let's talk about Tesla's bladeless turbine. This invention, like many of his others, challenged conventional thinking and offered a radical new approach to a fundamental technology.
A bladeless turbine, that sounds impossible. How does a turbine work without blades?
That's the ingenious part. Instead of using blades to capture energy from a fluid flow, Tesla's turbine used a series of smooth disks that spun as the fluid moved around them. It's based on the principle of boundary layer adhesion, a rather complex concept in fluid dynamics.
Okay, I'm going to need you to break that down for me a little bit. How do these smooth disks actually generate power?
Well, imagine a fluid like water or air flowing between two closely spaced disks. As the fluid moves, it creates a thin layer of friction along the surface of the disks. This is the boundary layer. This friction causes the disks to rotate, and that rotation can be harnessed to generate power.
So it's like the fluid is dragging the disk along with it. That's pretty counterintuitive.
It is. And while Tesla's bladeless turbine never achieved widespread commercial success, it demonstrates his willingness to challenge conventional thinking and explore radical new approaches to engineering.
It's a reminder that sometimes the most innovative ideas are the ones that seem the most outlandish at first.
Exactly. Tesla wasn't afraid to go against the grain, to think differently, to explore the unconventional. And that's a big part of what makes him such an enduring inspiration.
We've covered so much ground already, but I have a feeling we're just scratching the surface of Tesla's brilliance.
You're right. We still have more to uncover. Are you ready for the next chapter in this electrifying journey?
Bring it on! I can't wait to see what other surprises Tesla has in store for us. Welcome back to our final exploration, of Nikoli Tesla's world. It's amazing how one person could have had such a huge impact on so many different fields.
Yeah, what's truly remarkable is that even his lesser-known ideas, still kind of resonate with us today. They spark curiosity and make you wonder, what if?
All right, let's dive into these more unconventional ideas. Where do we start?
Well, let's talk about Tesla's work with violet rays. This was a time when the world was just starting to grasp the power of electricity, and its potential for healing was a hot topic.
Violet rays, that sounds intriguing, but a little out there. What was Tesla's thinking behind this?
Well, think of it as early electrotherapy. Tesla believed that high-frequency currents, especially those produced by his Tesla coil, could have beneficial effects on the body.
So he was essentially experimenting with using electricity for health purposes. That's both fascinating and a little bit frightening. What were the supposed benefits?
Well, Tesla claimed that violet rays could stimulate circulation, boost the immune system, and even treat skin conditions. He even designed a device called the violet ray lamp, which became a popular home remedy for various ailments.
It's fascinating how some of these ideas from the past, even if they didn't entirely pan out, still echo in our modern fascination with wellness and, alternative therapies.
Exactly. While the scientific evidence for violet ray therapy is limited, it reflects Tesla's drive to push boundaries and explore the potential of electricity beyond its conventional uses.
It's a reminder that innovation often involves taking risks and, exploring uncharted territories.
Yeah.
Now, for the grand finale, I hear Tesla even had ideas about flying machines.
Ah, yes. Tesla's flying machine. This was not your typical airplane, with wings and propellers. Tesla envisioned something far more radical.
Okay, I'm picturing something futuristic. Give me the details. What did this flying machine look like, and how is it supposed to work?
Imagine a disc-shaped craft, almost like a saucer, with no visible means of propulsion. Tesla believed he could use powerful electromagnetic field to lift and propel the craft, essentially defying gravity.
So it's like a flying saucer powered by electromagnetism. That's straight out of science fiction.
It just doesn't it? And while Tesla never built a working prototype, his concept was revolutionary. It hinted at the potential of technologies we're still exploring today, like anti-gravity propulsion and advanced aerospace designs.
It's mind-blowing how Tesla's ideas from over a century ago continue to inspire and challenge our thinking about what's possible.
Exactly. This deep dive has shown us how Tesla's inventions transformed our world. But perhaps even more importantly, it has revealed the power of a relentless, curious mind, unafraid to dream big and challenge the status quo.
It's truly inspiring. So the next time you flip a light switch, use your phone or simply gaze up at the stars and wonder about the future, remember Nikoli Tesla, the man who helped electrify our world and ignite the spark of human imagination?
His legacy is a testament to the power of human ingenuity. It reminds us that the boundaries of what's possible are constantly being redefined, and that sometimes the most extraordinary ideas are the ones that seem impossible at first.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the world of Nikola Tesla. We hope you've enjoyed this deep dive and come away feeling inspired by the boundless possibilities of human innovation. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep that spark of curiosity alive.